Alright, welcome. Today we'll be talking about inverse functions and finding derivatives of them. Alright, so first off, to see if two functions are inverses or not, plug them into each other and you should get x as a simplified answer. Or graphically look at them and see if both functions aren't symmetrical with the y equals x line. If they're inverses, if they're truly inverses, they will look very nicely symmetrical with the y equals x line. Okay, so let's start talking about derivatives and the inverse function. So the derivative of the inverse function should be equal to 1 over let's say the inverse function plugged into the derivative of the actual function. Okay? Alright, so pretty complicated to actually say, but to actually do the steps are pretty easy. To find the derivative, finding the derivative of an inverse at an x value algebraically. Find the inverse by switching x and y, and then take the implicit derivative of both sides. Set your inverse equation equal to the x value and solve for y, sometimes by guess and check. Okay, evaluate dy dx at new y point, and there you go. You'll actually have it. Okay, so for example, let's say we wanted to actually solve, let's say f of x was something x squared real fast. Okay, so what I would do is I would switch them. I would say x equals 3y squared. Okay, I'd switch x and y. Alright, so that would be the inverse by switching that. And then I'm going to do the implicit derivative of both sides. So this would be 1 equals 6y dy dx. Okay, and so therefore dy dx would actually be 1 over 6y. Okay, something pretty simple like that. Alright, now if I wanted to find it at a certain x value point, I would just plug x in, solve for it, just work with it that way, and just work with it. Okay? Alright, but that's how you find the derivative of the inverse. It's pretty easy, it's pretty simple, it's just using a little bit of implicit differentiation. Alright, but just take your time, work with it, be very careful about it. You should be fine. Okay? Alright, that's it for inverse functions. I'll talk to you later.